Welcome back to the Book Nook. I hope you're having a lovely day. As you probably saw, we're going to talk about 10 authors or series that I really want to read that are on my must-read list. Now, part of the problem with some of these is there's similar content, and I don't want to read two of the similar content series at the same time because I will get them confused. So we'll have to spread this out. Plus, I only like to have so many series going. Um, so, because I don't want to be reading the same thing every month, like the same 5 series every month. So I like to have standalones and everything. So I like to break it up, like to break up the monotony, right? And so, and also, I just want to say, I don't know a lot about these books. I go into a lot of books blind, and I like that. Okay, I really like that. I don't like to spoil the synopsis too much. So, yeah, sometimes that gets me in trouble. But that can be problematic at times. But you know what? It's okay. We'll survive, right? Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first one is Elsie Silver, the Rose Hill series. And I actually have had this on my Kindle, I have right here, for a long time, and I just haven't gotten to it. And I know that is a cowboy series, I believe. I think it's a cowboy series. See, again, I don't know. So, we'll talk about it later when I do know. That's part of the fun for me. So yeah, so I really want to look forward. I really look forward to reading those. Also, obviously, because I put on this list. Okay, so the next one is I want to read an Annabelle Monaghan book. Either it's a love story or Nora goes off script, or some of them. I'll put them up here. I know she has many more titles. I just think I really would like her writing. Reminds me of kind of like similar to Jennifer Weiner from what I've noticed, and I really like her writing. So yeah, so I'm looking for that. The next book is not a series, but I know he does have a very famous series, but I think I'm going to dip my toe in his books, is going to be Blake Crouch and Recursion. I have heard so many good things about that book, and that just sounds like in Dark Matter. I mean, I've heard so many good things, and they sound like really good, like mind-bending stories. And I just think there's something a little different than what I normally read. And so, yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. Like I said, I have my list on my phone, so that's why I keep looking down. So the next one is Anna Hahn and the King of Wrath series. Again, I believe I have these on Kindle, or they're available on Kindle Unlimited. So yeah, so the King of Wrath series. I'm really, again, that's a series that I'll have to wait until I'm done with other series, I believe, because it's a fantasy and I don't want to get too many. I remember already reading 2 fantasy series as it is, and I kind of want to get one of those out of the way before I add another. The next one, I actually bought this book just simply so I would remember that I want to read it, and that's Game of Thrones. And I know this is a commitment, not only in the book, the first book, but I know all the books are really long, and I know the series is, I don't even know how many, like 7 or 8, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I want to read this. I've heard really good things about it. I know it can be problematic, but those things don't bother me. I'm currently reading Red Rising, and I'm enjoying it. And it's fast paced and always like something going. That book is something action all the time, nonstop action, right? And so, but I heard that I heard somebody, a blurb said that Red Rising is like a mix of this and Hunger Games. Well, sorry, I hit my mic. I love Hunger Games. That's actually one of my favorite series. And so I think I'll like this. I know it's going to be a little graphic, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me. The next one is Devney Perry. Now, she wrote another series, and it's called the Haven River Ranch series, and I believe that's like a trilogy. And I know that's been out for many years. But she just recently wrote Shield of Sparrows, which is another, I think it's like a fantasy series. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I actually was able to get that on Kindle Unlimited. So I was really surprised that came up because that's a new one. But yeah, so I really am looking forward to that. So I'll put the Haven Ranch series up here. The next one is Jill Milken. And this is Hers was the Haven Ranch series. The Jennifer Milken is the Hayden family series. I will put some of those up there. I believe I heard her talking about these. She's a smaller author, and she was talking about them, how they're free on Kindle Unlimited. So yeah, I've already downloaded the first one. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's not too spicy. Again, I'm a little concerned. I believe as far as the Elsie Silver books, I use the Cleaned Up Romance website to skip over the spice. A lot of times I'll skip over the spice because I'm not a real big spice person, but I like the story around it. Like, for instance, one of my favorite books this year has been Lucy Score, The Things We Left Behind. Oh my gosh. I can't, I still think about that book. I love that book. Again, I skipped over the spice. So anyways, I love that whole series. But anyways, the next one, okay, so this author, this is funny. I just keep collecting her books. I have what, 5, 6 books of hers right here. I have never read her, never read any of these. I just keep picking them up. I need to read one before I buy any more. Again, like that's like $6 worth of stuff. So if I don't like her for some reason, which I highly, highly doubt, I can just donate them. That's no loss on me. But I keep collecting her books and they're taking space, and I need to know if I actually like her. I have a feeling I'm going to really, really like her. So that's why I keep picking them up. And fun little fact, if you read 11/22/63, there's a town in that book and it's called Jody, Texas. And Stephen King actually named it after her. So, and I think he's actually done blurbs on some of her books. And yeah. So how can you not, right? Yeah. Okay, so the next is Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I keep calling her Lee. Lynn Barnes in the Naturals collection. I've heard a lot of things about this. I do know little bits about children, and the FBI recruits them to solve cases and stuff. That sounds really interesting to me. That's something different that I haven't read. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. Now, the next one is Brandon Sanderson, the Mistborn series. And I believe that I'm going to have to like space this out from like, I'm reading the A Court of Thorns and Roses, or Court of Thorns series, ACOTAR series. And I think I'm going to have to like, and I'm going to start Poppy War. So I may have to space this out after Poppy War because I feel like it's going to be similar to Poppy War. I don't know. Put in the comments below if that's the case, or if I'm not going to get those two confused and they're totally different stories. I don't know. But again, it's another series, so I'm going to have to space them out. So it'll probably be in the next year before I get to start any of these. You know, standalones, I'll probably get those out of the way. All right, so this is a series, the Outlander series, that I actually DNF'd many years ago. I just struggled to read it. I feel like now I've grown as a reader, so I don't think it'll be a hard read. I had a hard time picturing the world. Now I feel like I've gotten better at that, and I've grown in my reading as far as that's concerned. So I think I won't have a hard time reading that anymore. So I want to read that. And this. So I actually, when I was going through looking for other books, I saw this, and I had this on my Goodreads TBR, and I've heard a lot of things that good about him. I don't know. He wrote another book. I can't think of what it is. But yeah, I can't even remember which one it is. But yeah, I'll put it up here because I can't. The title has left me. But We Begin at the End by Chris Whitaker, and I definitely want to read stuff by him because I've heard lots of good stuff by him, and he's an excellent writer. So those are the 10 plus books that I want to read that are on my priority list, which doesn't always mean I'm going to get to them next, but they are ones that I want to read, and I'm so excited to get into. And I think I have some videos coming up, and I think one is, I've had a ton of these books on my, I'll show you, I don't know if you can see it, but this is all the books I have on my Kindle. I think I'm going to do like a Kindle clean out, where I have to read 1 month, I have to read everything off of these. Wouldn't that be a fun video? Like, this is it. This is all I read. It has to be on my Kindle, a full month of Kindle. I think I'll do that. Yeah, they keep switching around. Not the Time magazine, it was a People magazine. anyways, so I want to read those. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so, and the Binding 13, and then, I think I'm going to do that. Heard a lot of things about that. I actually downloaded that on there too. That's another extra bonus there for you. I want to read the Binding 13 series or whatever. Whatever they're called. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about, by Chloe Walsh. So so those are the ones. And comment below if you have some series or some books that you like really want to read, and you keep seeing them and you're like, I really want to read them, and then other things get in the way. I don't even know what gets in our way, but it's okay, because at the end of the day, it's a journey, and you're just supposed to enjoy the journey. And you know what? I'm enjoying the journey. So that's it. So again, I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one.